I'll just brighten that off for you so that you can see it a tiny bit better. And I'm just going to use this dark colour, the good dark colour. And just back in here I'm going to start defining individual boards by just touching with that. Sometimes you can do it on that edge as well a bit. See, like so. You can run it through if you want to do that, if you didn't get it straight first time. So much you can get away with wet on wet. It's pretty tough to make mistakes that you can't rectify. There's always something you can do about it. There. See, a couple of little boards, and make them smaller as they're further away, and they'll get gradually bigger as they come towards you. Some parts will fight you a little bit, but just keep battling back and it'll come eventually. Never let it beat you. Sometimes it's better off making it too dark, because then you can always go back in with some more light for these planks of wood. Just go in there. See, that's ended up too dark, so I'll show you what we're meaning in a short while. There. We're getting a bit bigger now with these planks. They're coming towards us. Clean off my knife one more time. Right, so I can use that brown again, same light brown that we're using. Get a tiny roll, and then in between where you've gone through dark, you can just pull a little them little planks through properly. Work on one at a time, and there might be times when you end up knocking out again part of the dark that you put in before that, but I don't want you to worry. No big deal. So easy to put back in. Up there. There. That's it. So you can just go backwards and forwards with it, the light and the dark. Just want to make them a bit more distinct. Old wooden planks. See, I've knocked out quite a bit of the black. Don't worry, I did it for a reason, because now I know that I can easily just reload with the black, but I need a smaller ridge this time. Don't need as much. I can just touch into it. See that, and just redo it. At back there I have it quite a bit higher, because I only want it to be thin. And as I come closer, start making it bigger. After a while you need to reload, otherwise it'll stop working on you. Something about like so. I'll put another one in just. Something like. I'll probably end up making them a bit lighter than they are at the moment. So it's not a problem. Again on that dark brown and burnt sienna, dark brown burnt sienna on its own. And just in here I want to make a couple of little, it's hard for me because I'm right handed, if I were left handed you'd be able to see this better. I'm going to put a post in just there. See if I do it that way. The thing is you need to do it both ways. I do it that way for that side. That's okay. And then you can actually run your knife if you get a blob or out like I did. Actually run your knife through that. Good thing about using a knife like this is you can really work with the paints once they're on there. Clean your knife off. You can even go into that area because that come a bit, see how it looks a bit too fat? I've got a clean knife, no colour at all on it, and I can actually just touch that corner and then push that in there slightly and then pull it off. See how easy that was? So now I've got a nice straight edge that I can just touch and make it the same as the other. There. That's it. Again you can run your knife through that. Not shaky hand syndrome. There. Again I just want to come in and just reintegrate that into the planks. I don't want it to, it actually starts just there, right on the end of the balcony. Right. Smidgen of white. And put that part back in that I just knocked out accidentally. It's that easy. That easy to do it. Again, just the dark colour that I'm using. Just going to go and put one in. Right about. If I start there, I'm just going to mark it out. You see that? Just mark it out first. It's slightly bigger now. Again, if you get too much paint, be careful. Clean your knife off, and then the paint that's on there is enough for you to use. So do one side and then do the other. You'll be so careful doing this. And then at the same side, let's starts about there. We'll go up to about there. Bravery test for you all. So again I just stopped because I've got a bit of excess paint on there. Stop breathing. You have to stop breathing when you're doing that. These are going to have a little highlight on them. Maybe, I think there's another one still in between. You have to keep cutting a new roll of paint though all the time for this. So that's gonna, I'll mark them both in first. That's gonna be there. And then again. There. See me take a deep breath before I started that. Right. That didn't work. I have a good enough roll on my knife. Lesson learned, if you don't have enough of a roll, reload. They are quite chunky, these posts. Surprisingly chunky. So I'm just going to have to keep adjusting them. I made them slightly smaller than I wanted them in foreground. Knowing that I could always make them bigger. About on it, so again you can run your knife through to get a nice edge on that. These are old like logs that have been used to build this. I'm going to bring that tiny bit higher. Better. And then we've got one that's going to come in here. Again, this is quite high in the water now. And it's going to be the biggest of all of the posts. And just by marking it, you can really get a good idea on where you're going to go, and how high it's going to be. Happy. Right, I'm just going to pull now in this side, knowing it's a big fat old one in the foreground. You need quite a bit more paint when you're doing this. A good size is this one. Use the remainder of that paint and I'll put the other one in there. Get a fresh load, so I'm not struggling. Concentrate for this. I'm really having to focus myself. If I'm not talking much, that's why. Flattening that down slightly. You could actually do that as well, just wipe the knife off again. And you can come in and just flatten down the areas that are a bit too raised. And what that does, it makes it a bit easier for when you highlight. And you can also adjust the width of a couple of them. Yeah. See, I made them a bit smaller than I wanted them. Easier. You can always go back in and just make it a slightly bit wider. Just by the tiniest amount. That's why you'd have to get it accurate at first. You can always come back. Now, just want to go back to that light colour again. A lighter colour. Now I'm just going to reintegrate into this, a tiny little edge just in there. Take the top bottom of them porcelain, basically. You can also use that for putting a couple of extra plants in. I'm happy. Great. It's all going to plan. Right, so I'm just going to use that brown stuff, brown colour with some white up there. I want it to be predominantly lighter than the colour we had for the boards in the first place. Quite a lot lighter, see that? And then also I want to mix some more colour, put a bit of extra white there, but I'm just going to put some that dark brown into this. I don't want this to be bright at all. I really want this to stay pretty dark, so let's just try it. I want it marbled, but pretty dark. Much darker than what I've got there. Something about like that. Even maybe a tiny bit more of the dark brown. Put across, and with that I'm just going to highlight slightly some of these because they are pretty dark. They need to stay pretty dark, they do. I'm going to put a little bit of highlight on them though, so you can see that it's wood that you've got in there. You'll know when it gets to somewhere near right and you'll be happy. Just allow it to pick up what it wants. It'll actually grab the amount it wants as you're doing it, but you don't want to kill all the dark. Leave some of that dark in there, you see. It gives these lovely shadows and stuff. There. Just touch a bit of something. Well, see how we just come across that? Show you how to fix that and resurrect it. You need to clean off the knife completely. And I mean completely. You have to get every bit of colour off of there, especially on the end part. And you can actually just rub into that white that we've got in there, and then see that, and you get the edge back nicely. You just need a really clean knife to do that. Or you're just going to drag more dirty colour into there. again, come back, put a tiny little highlight over that. Same with that one. Amendments don't need much at all. Now it's time to actually, I want to make these planks slightly brighter, so that's why I mixed that brighter colour up, just for that. I want it to be marbled again. See that lovely marbled mix? Cut across and then highlight these planks that are closer to it with some brighter colour, slightly brighter. See what I mean now about tweaking it? You can just keep going backwards and forwards. As long as you don't, you're always going to go lighter over dark, never dark over light. Same there. And it'll mix again with that colour that's underneath the darker tone. And that's exactly what we want. Should leave just enough. If it's too bright, get it at more of a straight angle and pull down slightly, and it mixes with that colour underneath. See that just in there? When it's slightly brighter than them ones. If you kill any of the dark again, it's easy enough to go put it back in if you would like that. It gives you these bits of detail for the planks. They're not just dark, a little bit of light's catching them. To put it this way, these uprights are much brighter than the much darker than the planks, so that's what I'm trying to recreate. And then just let it fade away into the darkness slightly. Highlight certain ones as well in certain areas, and that works really well. Right, so actually run your knife through where the planks go. See that? Just run it through all that way and then let go. Bring your knife off, grab it, run your knife through, and this just finishes these planks off. Keep cleaning your knife off as you do it. See, I put a lot of dark on there originally so that when I did this I could just run through it like I am and it'll leave a lovely plank effect without having too dark a line. That's why I run through it like this right at the end. And again, they're always going to get smaller as they go away. Just in there I need to just get a bit dark and make the plank slightly smaller. Just in there. Something like that. Just going to define them again, I think, because it got a bit muddled up. So you just put that back in again like I just did. No worries. Clean off. dark back again, and you can just integrate some more back there. In this part I can actually run my knife through. Bit too much dark. Again you don't stress. You just something there. Spend quite a bit of time getting these spot oners in, getting them to look perfect. I've done in the past, I've spent tireless hours because it's worth it, it's worth doing. Spend that time and you get the satisfaction then. Spot. I've done that basically, I think I could get 2 in that gap. So by splitting it, come on. Split that in the centre. Same for that. There. Now I'm happy. Yeah, it stood up perfect on camera. Right guys and gals, I think we're going to call this painting done. This is the painting finished, the final product. Hope you've all enjoyed it. It's been a blast doing it for you all. Take care everyone.